be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you see me. Celebrate, this is my year.
This is my year.
I'm gonna be great.
I'm gonna be great.
You can.
Good day, everybody. Good day, everybody. This is your girl, Dr.MandyFresh Johnson. Welcome to the Queen Mindset Podcast. Before we go ahead and we're going to go ahead and watch another commercial on this March the 1st. You are invited to our Queen's Gathering 2024 that is taking place this first quarter. Ladies, I want to see you in the building March the 1st at the Real Life Studio. I promise you there will be a performance. I promise you your life will never be the same. See flyers for details. Look forward to seeing you on March the 1st.
You're going to tell them who you are. Come on. I'm President so-and-so. I'm Evangelist so-and-so. I'm Pastor so-and-so. I'm Apostle so-and-so. That's my kingdom identity. And I walk them in authority. Because my Father, He sent me. Hey, come on. Say my name. Hey, my name. Come on. My name. Hey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Queen Mindset, where today we will be talking about the importance of self-care. If you are coming in, go ahead and share this live. I believe it's going to be very informational. Let me make sure I make this public, because when you go live, sometimes it doesn't make it public. All right, Dr. Reed, you should be able to see it now. I went ahead and made it public. You should be able to see
On
it
which
now.
page are you?
Yes, I'm
On
on my platform. You should be able. I'm live right now on my platform. You should be able to see it now.
Can you guys see me
Okay.
and hear me?
Can see you, and we're live.
Hello.
Thank you. Okay. So you guys should be able to see it on your platform. Please go ahead on my page, share it with those. I'm going to go ahead and share it in your messenger so you can see where the live is. Go ahead and share it with those that you know that would benefit from this conversation. We just believe that it's going to be a great conversation on tonight. We're talking about self-care. We believe self-care is extremely important, especially for women. And for men too. Let me not say especially for women, and for men too. We're just excited. We're just excited to see what God is doing. I'm your host, Dr. MandyFresh Johnson. We have two of the self-care guru that I know in South Florida. Okay. So I don't know where you're watching from. You could be watching from Canada. You could be watching from the United States of these, wherever you're watching from. We have two of the best self-care guru on this side of town. And I'm just excited for these ladies and to share some information about what it means to care. Why am I getting tired? But the importance of self-care. So the first person I'm going to introduce is Dr. Reed. Dr. Reed, I'm excited to introduce this woman of God. Not she a woman of God, she is also an entrepreneur. Her business is Women Breathe Again. She is those that are the forerunners of what it means to take care of yourself, what it means to take care of the temple that God has given you. Not only that, she has mastered the art of juicing, mastered the art of making just different products so you can take care of your temple, because we understand that we only got one temple to live in. If we don't take care of it, where else you going to live? Come on, somebody. If you don't take care of the temple that you live in, where else you going to live when it breaks down, when things begin to happen? So I'm excited to introduce her. Go ahead, Dr. Reed, introduce yourself. Tell the audience a little bit about who you are, what you're doing now, and how you got started with Women Breathe Again. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mandy. I truly appreciate you. You are the queen of the queens. Yes, ma'am. And thank you so much also for having me. And thank you for having a beautiful another speaker here with us. I appreciate that. Hello, hello. We're going to do this tonight. I appreciate this opportunity. Of course, it's about self care, and self care for me means a lot. It's not only just physical, it is also emotional, it is also social, it is also financial. Self care is also spiritual. So for me, it started a long time ago, more than 25 years that I have been doing gardening. So, gardening, it started. I have a love for plants, I have a love for fruits, a love for vegetables. And of course, I wanted to take care of myself better. And how did it start? Okay. So I remember I was only 16 years old when I was doing, I don't know how I knew that, but I was doing the self breast exam. And when I did that, I found a lump. And that lump that I had to have surgery for it. So I was only 16 years old when I went under the knife. And so my life flashed before me. I'm like, okay, so now what do I do? I need to take care of myself so I don't continue to have growth in my body. 16. The first question I asked the doctor, will I be able to breastfeed my children? I was 16. And so years later, I find out that yes, it does hurt. When my breast started, having a lot of milk after I had my baby, of course it hurts. So it since 16 years old, health has been a priority for me. So we are talking about some couple of decades, a lot of decades, for me to be where I'm at today to master my health. And now I'm helping another woman. I'm helping her heal. And it's healing in all aspects of life. How did we start with the woman breathe again? I went through a lot in my life. And with that being said, I learned how to change the way I live, change my mindset, change what I eat so I can be this woman today. It was only introduction, so if you want more, I will continue more.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reed, for the introduction. I want to also introduce a young lady who's very dear to me. She is, I'm not going to say little sister because there's nothing little about her. She is my, she goes by the name of Coach Addie. And I'm just excited to have you on tonight. I just want you to introduce yourself, tell the people a little bit about yourself, how you got started with Addie Speak, and the floor is yours.
Okay, well, hello everybody. My name is Addie Speaks. I'm going to just say my stage name. I'm Addie Speaks. I go by Addie Speaks. Let me back up. I'm an author. I'm a self-care coach. I'm a motivator. I'm a writer. I'm a teacher. And I'm also a servant of God. Um, I became a life coach because I believe that through my pain, there was a message behind it. And I remember God niching or narrowing my message to self care because my history was always abandoning myself for the betterment of somebody else. And I just want to keep that up there because when I realized that, I asked God, I was like, God, what should I do? Where should I go? Who should I speak to? He said, it's time for you to take care of yourself. And just like Mandy said in the beginning, it's not only for the women, but it's for the men too. At some point, you have to take a pause in life and to take care of yourself. And this is why I also say mind, body, and spirit, because these different entities can become neglected or abandoned because we're going on autopilot for or in life. We're going on autopilot in life, and we forget to take care of our spirit. We forget to take care of our bodies, and we forget to take care of our minds. So for me as a self-care coach, I always tell people, please take care of your mind, please take care of your body, and please take care of your spirit, because that is how you are able to live a balanced life. And so, again, it was through my pain that I was able to find my message. And as the story or as this live goes on, you will hear and understand more.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm excited about the conversation. I just believe self-care is something that needs to be talked about as it relates to those who are in ministry, those who are business owners, entrepreneurs. You know, we do a lot in the community. We do a lot of outreach, and sometimes you need to focus on in-reach, because if you're not healthy, right? If you're not mentally healthy and physically healthy, the longevity of whatever it is that God has called you to do can only far. And we don't talk about this enough. Self-care as it relates to your weight, what you eat, like Dr. Reed said, what you eat, because it does play a role in your. I've been or how you say afford in that. When I was really unhealthy, I did not have energy to do a lot of things because of what I was putting in my body. You always hear us saying that you are what you eat. Yeah, you are what you eat. If you put garbage in your body, you're going to produce garbage. You're going to operate in a low frequency. You're not going to be your highest self, because the food that we eat has certain chemicals to keep you a base. That's why it's important to make sure you're putting the right things in your body, especially those that are in leadership, multifaceted businesses or industries, and you're in everything. Your temple should be your number one priority. What do I do to make sure that I'm at my highest self, that I'm operating effectively in everything that I do? Now, with that being said, Dr. Reed, how important is it? How important is nutrition as it relates to those who are in business and ministry? Because you know, when we do a scan across the church, you got a lot of obese people, okay? Especially among preachers, you have a lot of obese ministers and pastors. Do you think it's important to mind our tempo? Because you see people getting sick and diabetes and things are happening. How important is our nutrition as it relates to our self-care?
Well, the first lie that a pastor will tell you or anybody in church will tell you is that it was my mom was like that. My dad was like that. It's been in the family. But today I'm here to tell you, you can be the one. Or let me say it, you are the one that's going to break generational curses from your bloodline. You are called to be right here, right now, in this timeline that we are living, to break the chains that is enchaining everybody in your family. You are the one that's supposed to take a stand so you don't pass down the things that's been ravaging family members, passed down to your children. So it's important. It's if a preacher is on the pulpit and you are telling people how to live right for Christ, or you are telling people how to whatever you are telling people, they need to see the example right in front of them. You are the example. So how can I keep telling people about living healthy and I'm looking unhealthy? So it's important for ministers. If you're going to minister to someone, you need to have your proper medication, you proper eating habit, proper habits. How could you? I remember in the many years ago when I was going to preach, I've had this thing going on. When before I go preach, I do not eat. I go fasting, and I've kept this since 1999 till now. I will not go minister or on the pulpit on anybody with food, because this is the time right after you eat. This is the time you can be on the pulpit speaking, and here you are, you have gas coming up. So we want our ministers to stay healthy. We want our leaders to be healthy. I know it's hard, it's difficult, because they are always on the go. This is the excuse that they give. They are always on the go. But while you are on the go, you can get something that's a little bit more healthier than eating fast food.
Yeah.
And so we have to be mindful, because this body, we call, well, it's called the temple. It is a temple. This means you're offering your body as a sacrifice, and this body is looking like you don't want it. You don't want it. You are putting all the wrong things in it, all the wrong food in it. You are watching all the wrong shows, because all of this go back to your subconscious mind, and this is what you're going to give. When the preacher come on the pulpit, or the leader, you notice somebody around you, they are negative. The negativity is not just a thought. It's a whole process for this person to be the way they are. It's a whole process. Trust me. A person that's negative, check their diet. Check what they watch. There is no way. There is no way you can have a beautiful outcome and then you put the trash in. Impossible. So our leaders, our pastors, ministers, they need to get back to being healthy. I used to teach classes with my company, equipping spiritual leaders and clergy. They didn't like it, because I was telling them, how could you sit here and eat half a whole chicken, beef, all of this steak? How do you sit and eat all of that? How? I don't know how, because it takes 3 days to digest. So that's why these people have an attitude. That's why these people get put out only fears. It's fear they're gonna give you, because they themselves, what their gut is sick. When somebody is talking, all I hear is gut. I can tell. If you put a lot of trash in, I can tell by what's coming out of your mouth. So we have to be mindful this year, now, not next month. A lot of people, from the vision board that we had the other day, Saturday, January 13th, some people put down there that they want to live healthy, but it's a conscious decision. You have to be focused on your health. Some people are out there trying to take how do they say that? They say they're going to the nations. Really? You're going to the nations, and right here, right now, you are so sick on the inside, and you are going to the nation. So take care of in first.
Very good, Dr. Reed. I enjoyed what you said. Listen, honey, you talking to me because I'm making some changes. I got to get back fit, because you need longevity to do.
Yeah.
You need longevity to run a business. You need health longevity to do ministry, whatever it is that you're doing. You need physical longevity.
Yes.
Now, Coach Addie, I want to kind of like not so much switch vein, but my Coach Addie. I can't address you as my sister. Coach Addie has went through a whole transformation. Okay, so Coach Addie, you see today, honey, she look like a totally different person. I want you to talk about how you went on your health journey and you losing weight, and what was that trigger that allowed you to get into that path?
Yeah. So I would say mine path was like an order. I felt like God was dealing with me first in my spirit, because my spirit man was broken. And so after he started dealing with me in my spirit, then he said, okay, so now let's go on our diet. Let's check our diet. Let's check what we're eating. And so then I fell in love with working out. When I got into working out, first it was 10 minutes because I was like, who gonna be working out like that? And then I say, just keep showing up. 10 minutes started to turn into 20, 20 started to turn into 30. Sometimes it'd be 2 hours, because there were some changes that God wanted to make, not only from the inside, but the outside. And so mine started with the spirit, then it went down to the body. And then he started to ask me, well, what about your mind? What are you feeding your ear gate? What are you
Yes.
putting in your subconscious mind? What are you believing? What are the conversation that you're holding, the company that you're keeping? And so for me, I had to start taking self inventory. What is Addie listening to? Who is she hanging around? Because what we fail to realize is that the people that we hang around and surround ourselves with are the people, or soon to be our reflection. What do we want to see for ourselves in 2 or 3, 4, or 5 years? Because who you hang around is the result that you will see. That's why I'm not saying that I put myself above anybody, but I put myself above my old nature. So that means I'm not, it's not that I don't want to be around you. I just don't believe that it's conducive for the lifestyle that I see myself in. And so if our lifestyle is going back and forth, then it's time to make a decision, which sometimes it will cause you to separate yourself. Because when God is calling you into that season, it is for you to take that initiative. Just like you said, some decision have to, you have to be conscious to make that decision. That means after God has exposed you to it, now you as the adult, as the prime, the one that's living, you have to make the decision to do exactly what is it that you need to do for yourself. So for me, it was starting from the inside, the outside, and then going into the mind.
I'm excited about what you said. Like you said, you have to be that conscious, you have to make that conscious decision to want to see the change.
Yeah.
Because, women, sometimes we're self conscious of how do we look? Is hair okay? Is my face, my waist expand? Whatever it is. I remember when I used to go to, I used to do like certain therapy sessions. For a minute, I stopped going live for a long time. And then my therapist had called me out on it. She said, you stopped going live. And I picked it up in it. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, do something about it. If you feel like you gained weight and you don't like the double chin, do something about it. It's no reason for you to stop what God has called you to do because you don't like the way you look. So then we begin, she said, then you're starting to go into more so vainness. You don't want to do that. So if you're self-conscious, insecure about how you look, you have the power to do something about it. You have the power to not pick up the spoon. You know it's after 9 o'clock. Put the tub of ice cream down. Okay. You know it's after 9 o'clock. Okay, put the chicken down because your system wants to rest. And now you're sending your system into overload because somebody said something to you that you didn't like. And now you want to go ahead and eat because I used to be an emotional eater.
Yeah.
And when things trigger what I do, I start eating, honey. I'll grab the nearest food, the nearest candy, the nearest whatever, and just start to eat to get comfort. But what we don't realize is that is idolatry because you're allowing food to take the place of God. And God said, I would have no other man or thing or being before me. So we have to be careful because a lot of us, we get triggered emotional. Instead of us dealing with the emotions, we go shopping. Come on, somebody. We say, oh, shopping is my self-care. No, you got triggered and now you're doing therapy shopping and you spending your money. You're not being a good steward of what God placed in your hand because you're emotionally triggered. So this is why we're talking about self-care. Self-care is not just only about how we look on the outside. Self-care is knowing your triggers, knowing what trigger us, ladies. Come on, somebody. When somebody
Yes.
say something to you that you don't like, your response should not be, let me go grab a tub of ice cream. Your response should not be, let me go grab a big plate of rice and eat. Your response should not be, let me grab that credit card, let me type it. That should not be your response. Self-care,
Right.
tell me, is I know what my trigger is. Let me create a positive response so I don't have to, come on, somebody, respond negatively or respond
Right.
negatively.
That's
What
right.
do you say about that, Coach Reed? About because some people don't realize self-care is also about understanding your triggers and how to respond. Go ahead and chime in on that.
Okay, well, for somebody to for somebody to take time out to identify what's triggering them, First of all, they need not to be distracted. It is distraction that's causing people not they're not able to sit down to identify the issues that's triggering them. And that's what's causing emotional eating. And that can lead to death because that's a depression. It will get you depressed. It will get you depressed. So it's important for people to know, if you don't have a friend or somebody you can trust with the issue that's triggering you, you need to see a therapist. You need to see a therapist because you need somebody that's professional, that's going to tell you exactly like it is and what you need to do to change your habits, because that can kill you. When you look at yourself and you are disgusted because you feel triggered, and trigger can be anything. Trigger, you
Oh
can
yeah.
be an angry person because you're triggered. You can be jealous, envious. All of that are triggers, meaning if somebody see you doing the work that you are doing, they want to do it, but then they are triggered every time they see you doing that. This is an issue. This is an issue that you have to deal with. You don't just pray for these things. You have to identify them. You have to sit down and write down your feeling. You have to sit down and write down what's causing you to feel the way you feel. If you go into the refrigerator constantly, it's not an appetite that you have. It is a demon that you have on the inside. It is parasite that you have inside that is asking you to eat. It's parasites that you have on the inside. And I suggest that people do detox and cleans, because you need that. Parasite will make you want to eat constantly sugary stuff, parasite on the inside. And if you need the detox, I have them too. But people need to know, to identify. As grown up, you need to learn to identify your triggers, so you do not put your pain on somebody that has absolutely nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, go
My
ahead,
God, Dr.
coach.
Listen, you said
Yeah.
something. Listen, you guys, if you are watching this, please go ahead, share. This is a great conversation, especially women need to be in. Now, Dr. Reed, you said parasite because a lot of us don't understand that most of the food that we eat has certain parasites in it. Okay. And when the parasites want what they want, this is where you get the craving, or you want to eat cheese and bread and pizza. And when these cravings start to hit, that ain't your craving. It's the parasites urinating inside of you, making you crave certain things that you are not supposed to want. Okay? Self-care is also, you said it earlier, your gut health. I can tell your gut based off what's coming out of your mouth because it's not positive, or based off what's going in your mouth because you're not putting anything healthy to help you. Come on, somebody. All of that plays a role. She said demon, honey. Go ahead,
It
Coach
is a
Aggie. I don't know
demon.
what happened.
No, I got cut off, but go ahead so I can pick up where you guys are right
Parasite,
now.
parasite is a demon. Okay, so you should not have an influx of parasite on the inside of you. You should not have. Okay, you do have some worms on the inside, but you should not have an influx. Meaning, when you are craving sugar, you need to go and find out what's causing that. What is it that you are lacking of? What kind of minerals that you need? What kind of herbs you need to take so you can cleanse? This is very important. It's very, very important to understand your body. But the problem we have is that we have been giving distraction, we have been giving entertainment. Instead of somebody taking care of themselves, they're going out there trying to watch the football. They give you football, they give you the mall, they give you TikTok, they give you Instagram, you have YouTube, you have all of these distractions out there, so you never have time to really think about yourself, to really sit down and know who you are. Knowing who you are is a task. It's a lifetime task to find out your body. The moment You try something new and it's not, it doesn't, it doesn't work in your body, you're supposed to know. Like the other day, I ate for the first time. I went somewhere and I and had some peanuts, some peanuts. Immediately, I got sick from it, and I already know. I traced back what I ate. I'm like, no, I didn't eat anything new except for this. I ate from this place, so something is wrong. I
Mm.
will never go there again. I'll tell you that. So I tell people all the time, self-care is important. You need to take time out to understand who you are. Why are you acting the way you are acting? And for some
Mm.
of us women, sometimes it's that time of the month. You have hormone imbalance. So when that come about, you have an attitude? No. You don't have a problem with me. You have a problem with your hormones. You go ahead and take care of your hormones, take your herbs, take your herbal teas. I always encourage women, honey, don't give me attitude. Clean your gut and take your tea.
Don't give me attitude. Clean your gut, honey.
Do
I
not
like
give
that.
me any attitude. You
Period.
are lacking vitamins. Don't come to
Yes.
me. You are lacking vitamins. So that's why you coming on to me. So you're eating a lot of junk. You're eating a lot of pork. Honey, don't come near me because you're going to have an attitude and I'm going to tell you to go take a laxative. I'm going to tell you to take a detox. Because honey, you're about to take you're about to spill this pork on me.
Oh wow.
You is hilarious. She said, clean your gut. Listen, y'all,
Clean your
Dr.
gut.
Reed has her website, womenbreatheagain.org. She has a lot of
.com.
different herbs. Oh,
.com.
womenbreatheagain.com store. The .org is her organization, but
Yes.
womenbreatheagain.com. Please make sure you visit that store, lady. She has a lot of things that can help you with your gut. Listen, if you don't know where to start, her website. Dr. Reed, make sure you put your website on the Facebook live chat so the women can see it. Her website, definitely. I'm excited conversation, y'all. Listen, this is helping me. I don't know if it's helping you, but it is helping me. Okay, we're talking about self-care. We talked about the importance of making sure you're taking care of your body, especially for the entrepreneurs, those that have multi businesses, those that are running ministry. You have a lot of different things under your belt. You know, you can only go as far as your health takes you. The Bible talks about, I wish above all things that you would be in good health. That's the first thing Paul said, that you would be in good health and that your soul will prosper. So your health and your soul goes hand in hand. I wish above that you will be in good health, that your soul prosper. Come on, somebody. Begin to prosper when, number one, when your health is in line. When your health goes in line, your soul follows suit. Some of us are trying to fix our soul and we're not fixing our health, and we're trying to figure out why things are not moving for me, why things are not going forward. We're doing it backwards. First, earth did before spiritual. First, earthly things. If you're not any earthly good, or if no man can trust you in the earth, how can God trust you with any spiritual treasures? You're not taking care of your temple. Earthen vessels that walks around with treasures on the inside. But if we're not taking care of our body, we're not doing the necessary thing, because Dr. Reed said we're so distracted with the mall, football, and all this stuff, and we're not taking time to get to know who we are. We're not taking time to discover the treasures that lies with us on the inside. So remember, our health comes first. Once your health begins to align, your soul will begin to align, because your soul is tied to your emotion. It is tied to your will. Come on, it is tied to your mind. But if our emotions are out of whack, our will and our mind will follow suit and become out of whack as well. Ladies, I'm trying to help us on this. Come on, I'm trying to help us. And
Yes,
even
me
some
too, me
men
too.
are
Yes,
blessing Apostle Good for joining us. I'm trying
yes,
to help us on today. This is not only for women, but this is for men as well. We're busy trying to ta 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 ta, and you wake up, you feel sluggish. You ta 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 ta. Come on, you got a headache, your stomach hurting, everything is hurting, you so inflamed. Come on, inflammation everywhere. You can't even lift up your knees, you can't even squat because everything is so inflamed because of what we're putting in our mouth. We're filling our bodies with acidic food. We're filling our bodies with things that produces inflammation.
Yes.
And we're wondering why we don't have longevity, why we can't pray long, why we can't do intercession long, why we're ready to, when we start saying hallelujah, we're not putting the right things in our body.
Yeah.
I believe once we rid ourselves, Dr. Reed, of the parasites, we fast, learn how to turn down that plate,
Woo!
drink some water, leave that candy alone, you'll begin to see a shift in your energy.
Yeah.
Soda too. Leave soda alone.
Yep.
The soda alone. Amen. Every now and then, ginger ale, praise the Lord.
Leave
Chatty,
soda
go ahead, jump in
alone.
this conversation. I know that something happened to your phone. Do you have anything you
Yes.
want to chime in, Coach Chatty?
Yes, I wanted to just chime in and say it all falls back into how much do you love yourself? You know, if you care for yourself enough to do the necessary things you need to do, as far as like she said, juicing and going out for a walk. For me, I believe that walking 30 minutes a day helps you with your mental health. It helps you
Yes.
regulate your emotions. If you're not able to juice, go walking, lift some weights, do some yoga, do some meditation, do something that can help you. And it goes back to how much do you love yourself? How much do you value yourself? Do you see value in yourself? And for me, I saw value in myself when other people did. Excuse me, when other people didn't. I had to find value within myself. And that means I had to say, okay, if they don't want to go for a walk, if they don't want to work out, if they find it unnecessary to work out, I'm going to step away and I'm going to do what's best for me. So that's where it was. How much do you love yourself? That's the question.
And I like the fact that you said that because the Bible talks about working out your salvation. You got to work out your own salvation. You got
Yes.
to work out the life that you want to live. I can't, my husband can't do it for me, and I can't do it for my husband. It is
Right.
a choice to want to be healthy. It is a choice to want to be careful who we allow to be in our ear gate. Be careful what we watch, because Dr. Reed touched on that. The things that you watch, you're regurgitating it on the
Yeah.
pulpit, or you're regurgitating it while you're at your job place or your place of business, because you done fill yourself, come on, with Housewives of Atlanta, and now you're very argumentative with your husband because that's all you watched all day. Or come on, somebody, you done filled yourself up with all these African movies and you're talking loud because you're watching all day. Come on, somebody.
Yes.
I've experienced that. Dr. Reed, I've experienced that. I remember I was watching the African movie, right? Now the women are off the chain. You know, I love my African women. I'm talking about the movie. I don't know personally know African person in real time personally, but based on the movie, I'm talking about this woman was just arguing with her husband, just loud and arguing. Child, by the time I was done, before you know it, I'm yelling at my husband. He looking like, what the hell wrong with you? What's going on with you? And I'm like, oh, the movie the show I just watched, because I digress. I had to go pinpoint where this came from. What I
Yes.
was watching is what came out. So you said for us to be careful what we
Yeah.
allow in our ear gate, in our subconscious mind, because you begin to reenact what you eat, because you thinking what I put in my mouth is the only thing that's going to come out. The Bible
Mhm.
talks about it's not what goes in a man that defiles him, it's what comes out that defiled him. Come on, somebody. If you're taking in defiled things, then when you open up your mouth, defiled things are going to come out. If you're listening to defiled things, then when you open up your mouth, then defiled things is what's going to come out. We don't just eat natural food, but when you watch shows, you're eating.
Yeah.
Hello. When you're listening to music, you are eating. Come on, somebody. You think just, I have to cut a piece of food to put it in my mouth, I'm eating. No, you're eating when you're watching TV, you're eating. You're eating when you're listening to things that ain't conducive for you, you're eating, because it's going to come out. One way or the other, it's going to come out. All right, ladies, come on,
One,
Dr. Reba.
one more. Melanated women watching me right now. It's important for you to go out in the sun.
Come on, talk about it. Because we don't like
Melanated.
the sun, honey.
We need the sun. The sun, you need it. It's not, trust me, it's not going to burn you. You need the sun. You need the sun on your skin. You need it. That's that vitamin D that you will get, not like the pill they give you. That's the vitamin C every day. Like Coach said, every day when you wake up, you have to make sure that you get some vitamin D. You get rest. Rest is very important. There are some women there, they love to say that it's a go, 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 like a rabbit. Go, 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 on the go all the time. No, ma'am. I keep telling people that no, ma'am. To stay young, you need to rest. You need to have some sleep.
Yeah.
When you have nothing else to do, you need to drink water. It will keep you busy if you drink water. Huh? You will stay out of people business. That's self-care. Drink water. It will take you to the ladies' room constantly. It will cleanse out your system, and you're gonna be beautiful. Your
Yes.
skin going to be great. All of that is a part of self-care. Who you talk to, who's talking to you. You are what you eat. So, what are you eating? Who are you listening to? What are they saying to you? Are they putting fear in your ears? As a matter of fact, I keep talking about this thing right now. It's a sole purpose activating right about now, because you have to find what is your purpose. If you don't know your purpose, let's say for Dr. Mandy, I know she loves to do makeup. That's one of the things that God gave her to do. That's what she's good at. But if you don't sit and take time to understand what your calling is, you will not be proficient. You will not be good in
Yeah.
society. You will not be. So we encourage women, study, study, find out who you are. What is your blood type? Do you know there are people living right now on this podcast? They have no clue what their blood type is. Find out your blood type. What's going on in the family? What did grandma suffer from? And break it. It is your job now. It's not mine. It's your job. I can help you when you go on the website www.womanbreatheagain.com. Yes, I will help you with that. Ma'am,
Very.
it's not just to do your nails. You have to detox from your feet too. I have it.
Mhm. I pinned a comment on the Facebook. So women, her website is pinned on the Facebook. So go ahead and check that out. Do you have any last things that you want to say, Coach Addie, before we close out?
Yes. I like how Doctor said to find your purpose. That will keep you occupied.
Yes.
Because like Dr. Mandy said, we spend our time most of the time watching reality TV while reality is passing us by. And who we can be in God, we're not really tapping into that because we're so stuck on what this wife doing and housewife this and housewife that, that we forget to build our own house, that we forget to build a house where we want God to dwell in. So for me, what I wanted to tell somebody is if you really care for yourself, if this year is very important to you, you will take the time to not only pray, fast, and meditate, but get to know yourself. I remember when before I started my journey and I was going through my self-reflection, I was like, well, I thought I knew myself. I was going to work, I was going to school, I had my car, I had my money, I had everything, but I didn't have me. I didn't know myself well enough to know when a situation was not serving me, to know when to leave. I knew the exits, but I was afraid to walk through them. So I want to encourage you this year, take the time to know yourself because there's not at every table you are invited to that you're
Yes.
actually welcome to sit at. Okay? Just because
Come on.
somebody invited you to the table does not mean you are welcome to sit. Some people want you to come to see how good they're doing than you. Some people want you to come so they can judge you. So you have to be careful to know and be self-aware that not everywhere you are invited to that you should go. That's all I have for you
That's
today.
very
And
good. Since you touch on
Yes.
there, let's go there because that's a part
Let's
of
go
self-care
there.
as well. Let's go ahead and go there. Come on, we got
Yeah.
15 more minutes. We're gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and go there. Because a lot of times we tend to deal with unnecessary emotional baggage
Yes.
Yes.
because you went somewhere that maybe God probably did not want you to go, but because we want to just
Be
be
invited.
around and not sit be still, you get unnecessary warfare or things begin to attach to you. I wasn't there because you went and sat at a table and ate something that
Right.
did not go with your blood type. Come
Oh,
on.
come on.
That did not go where God is taking you.
Yes.
Hello, somebody. Not every invitation you take,
Yes.
not every place somebody invites you to, you go. You don't know that unless you know that person well enough, unless you understand that person's relationship with God. Not every table you go to, because some people, their altar is defiled.
Right.
Hello, somebody. Spiritually, they're a defiled person. And then when you go eat with them, what you don't understand is you begin to partake with that defilement.
Yes.
Hello, somebody. Not everybody is a sister in Christ. Not everybody is serving the same thing you serving. Some of
Exactly.
them are serving demons, but they're coming in the name of the Lord. And if you're
Yeah.
not careful, because all for the sake of fellowship, you want to be somewhere and be seen, you'll begin to entangle with things that God never ordained from polluted.
Yes.
There is a such thing as a spirit of transfer. That's why
Yes.
I'm very careful who I hang around. I'm very careful who I attach myself to because I understand what I carry is sacred. When you
Yes.
have an understanding with what you carry is sacred, then you're going to be very wise on who you attach yourself to. You're going to be very wise and prudent and seeking God to make sure that this is a relationship that He wants you to go along with.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't know motive
Right.
unless God shows. You
Right.
don't know people innermost thoughts unless God reveal it to you. And this is why we seek the Father for counsel. This is why we seek first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added. The wisdom, the discernment that we need is added because we're seeking Him. God would never leave us in the dark. So we got to be mindful of the table we eat at.
Yes.
Come on, the people you fellowship with, because not everybody is serving the same thing.
Oh,
Yes.
Dr.
And if
Mandy,
you
talk about that.
if you guys also want another activity to keep yourself busy, there's a self-care workbook. Mandy gonna go ahead and link the link down below. I have a self-care workbook that can keep
You
you
got to put it.
busy,
You got to put it on
occupied.
Facebook so
Trust
I can put Penny.
I will. I will.
You have to put
Keep
it
you
on the
occupied.
Facebook chat right now so I can pin it.
Okay. So
And
that's what
while
I wanted to say.
You got to
Yeah.
put it on.
while we are talking like this, a lot of people are distracted and they don't know how to stop themselves, how to say no to people. This is a part of self-care, learning how to say no to certain things. If you don't know how to say no, I have a book called Intentional Me.
Yes.
Intentional Me will help you be intentional. It will, I'm telling you, just like you hear me talking right now, I'm bold in the book like that. I tell you, yes, you can. Yes, you can say no today. And I say, congratulations. When you
Yeah.
finish with the book, it does. You had the book, right? Right, Dr. Mindy? Last Saturday?
You didn't give me my book.
You will have your book.
Oh,
So
okay, I didn't
this
get my
is what's
book.
happening. This is what's happening. You need to learn how to be intentional. So this year, your health is intentional. Your spiritual walk is intentional. Your spirituality is intentional. Your mental health is intentional. Your physical health is intentional. Don't hate on people because you don't know what to do with your financial health. You
Right.
need to sit down and figure what you're going to do and what you're not going to do this year, what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. It's up to you. Adult, each adult, you receive this understanding.
Yes.
You know the spirit speaks to you.
Yes.
You know it. You just choose to ignore it because you're distracted constantly. But if you really, coach,
Oh
yeah, you
yeah,
were.
no, I was going to agree with you because at some point you got to be able to come into agreement with yourself. At a certain age, you have to take responsibility for your life. You know, Jesus at 12 years old told his parents, I'm about my father's business. And he went around the way. He went to go get his learning and his teachings. So at some point, just like you have us on the platform, you have to take initiative of your healing on the inside, what you drinking, what you're eating, your ear gate, what you're listening to, the company that you keep. You now have to step into the gap because your parents not going to do it, like Doctor said. Your husband is not going to do it. Your wife is not going to do it. You're going to always be sad or mad or frustrated because the only person who can do that transformation is you. That's what I wanted to say.
That's really good. Listen, you guys, if you're just coming on, go ahead. You might have to watch the replay because we're coming to the end of the podcast. This has been good. This has been
Yeah.
good to me, and
Yeah.
we got to take initiative because things are going to start unraveling in this nation. Okay, and you got to be able to hear God, see God in real time. I don't care who you are. If you're not led by the Spirit, if you can't hear in real time, go here, go there, you're gonna be messed up. And the first thing, the first initiative you need to do is your health has to be important. Start fasting, start turning down your plate. You ain't got to eat breakfast, lunch. Maybe just eat dinner one day. Leave the breakfast, lunch alone so you can clear your mind, so you can clear your consciousness, so you can ascend. Come on, somebody. What we don't understand is some of the food that we eat keep us at a low frequency. And if we want to ascend this year, ascend so we can hear God, so we can see what He's trying to show us. Turn down the plate. Some of the chemicals that are in the food, some of the food that we eat, it prevents us from hearing. We can't hear God. There's a diet that the children of Israel had to stay on because they were serving Him. Come on, some of us are so caught up in Babylon that we love the delicacy of Babylon that we're missing God.
Mm-hmm. I
We
wanna
love the delicacy, Dr. Reed,
mm-hmm.
but we're
I wanna
missing
say
God.
I wanna get some point across from what you said earlier. You're talking about low frequency, low vibration. Let me explain something to someone. When we focus on food, food is your fuel. It's your body fuel. You need food so you can stay healthy. So what happened is there are food that are considered low vibration food. Those food are processed food. Those food are high in carbohydrates. Those food are high in uh, 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 ingredients that's going to cause you to have inflammation in your body. You are less alkaline. You need to be more alkaline. And then, how do you get more alkaline? Consider green. That's going to raise your vibration. When you eat a lot of green, lots of vegetables, lots of anything that's coming from the earth. I can put my garden today. I went in the garden. Anything that's coming from the earth that you don't have to cook so much. You can saute things, saute vegetables and stuff like that. Meat, leave meat alone. The hormones they put in this meat, it was an egg yesterday. Today it's a chicken. Leave this thing alone. They wash them with bleach. They wash them with bleach to kill bacteria. But then again, it's not good for you. I keep telling people that leave these people meat alone. Leave them alone. You can be fine with vegetables, herbs and fruits. This is what you really supposed to be eating, not these animals. Keep eating a whole bunch of animals that have a hard you have a hard time digesting. Again, we're going back to your gut. Low vibration. When you have that low vibration, you eating junk like this, easy, 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 you're gonna start gossiping
Hmm.
because your gut is full.
It's
You
in the
want to
chicken.
digest, you don't know how to digest. You don't know how to digest this food that stays in your gut for
Yeah.
3 days. So you gossip because you think as you're talking, you are chewing gum. It's as if you are chewing gum, you will digest the food, but you're not. This meat will stay there for 3 days. decompose inside of you. Decompose inside of you like an old wine. It's gonna stay there.
That's a lot of visual.
Oh, I have to. I have to. Our people are hard headed. We have to. If you want to
It,
be healthy, if you want to look good, mind you that I am 50 and up
wow.
You look really good, honey.
and
Wow.
up. I'm a grandmother and up, way up. So you
She said,
see,
way up, honey.
way up,
All the way up.
all the way up. I'm standing on top of this mountain over there.
Come
But
on.
I want to be healthy and I'm encouraging people to be healthy. Come out and see nature. Go out to the park. Go out to the beach. Go out to a garden. Visit a garden. It's not all the time you want to be among a whole crowd of people because you're gathering energies from other people. All
My
bad,
God.
bad energy from other people. Sometimes you need to be with yourself. Go sit by the beach.
Yes.
Sometimes go sit in a garden. Go visit a garden. There are plenty of gardens. Go to a farmer's market and explore. Try a new fruit. Try a new vegetable. Try something new. I mean, there is so much we can say about self-care. I think you need to have a part two, Dr. Mandy.
I will. I
You
will.
have to have a part two because
And
we have to touch.
somebody commented and said, "Stop eating meat so you can stop gossiping."
Yes, you need to stop eating
Yeah.
She
meat.
said, "You full of meat, you full of garbage."
Full
The
of
thing
meat.
about it is, what you said was, when you full of meat, you full of garbage. The only thing is left to do is to spill out garbage.
Yeah.
You're gonna start
Dr. Reed is
gossiping because
not saying. Dr. Reed is not. Let me just clarify something. Interpret what she's saying. She's not saying that you cannot eat. We're talking about to leave the process alone. If you can find you a farm that raised their chicken the proper way, if you can find you a farm that raised their cows a proper way, like grass-fed cows, not the cows that they feed corn now. I'm talking about grass-fed cows. They don't shoot hormones into their chicken, because there are farms that do that. You can eat it in moderation. You don't have to eat it every day. Maybe you eat it twice a week. Everything in moderation. Everybody may not want to just be plant-based, and that's okay. But what is, if you're going to eat it, it has to be 100% natural. Leave the processed food. But that's our time, you guys. Listen, this conversation, listen, honeys, has been good. Very tasteful. I just want to say this for the women that are March the 1st, I am having a Queen's gathering. If you are in the sunny South Florida area, it's Go Live Studio. March the 1st, Friday night. It's going to be an experience, an encounter. You want to be in the building. Not only that, February the 7th, you guys, everybody say February the 7th. I am launching my all women's Bible interactive Bible study. So if you are in South Florida, February 7th, we're kicking off the Queen's Network first interactive all women's Bibles. Come out. Fellowship is not just going to be, we're going to be Bible. It's about building community, fellowshipping. We're going to have different refreshments, just a time of fellowship and building community and empowering women, because that's what I'm about. Okay. And not only that, if you want to know where I got this gorgeous makeup, this is my makeup line, God's Queen Cosmetic. So if you're looking for a makeup that is of great quality, go ahead and visit my website, queencosmetics.com. And ladies, you'll find what you're looking for. Dr. Addie, go ahead and just shoot your before we close.
Dr. Addie came back again. You can find me on Amazon. If you click the link, I put it in the chat below. Again, Adeline Frederick, put me on Amazon. You'll see all my journals pop up, but the main one that I really want you to get your hands on is the self-care journal / workbook that can help you occupy yourself in the best way this year. In this journal, I just wanted to point out, practicing gratitude is very important. So in this journal, it has the ability, it has every 7 pages of a journal page is a activity called the gratitude jar. So in this journal, you'll have the reason why I set it up that way is because after God has complete something in your life, you have to give him thanks. After every 7 page is a gratitude jar, so you can write your thanks of everything that he has done and is about to do in your life. So Do not forget to click the link down below and get your journal today.
All right.
Dr. Reed, go
Well,
ahead and
Dr.
give your
Mandy.
website again.
Well, I have two websites and www.womanbreatheagain.com. This is all the healthy products, organic products, natural products that I have, aromatherapy candles, and all these good herbs that you take to clean your gut out. All of that I have. But if you are on the other side of starting a business, then you need branding. I am a brandologist. So you go to
All right now, Brandologist.
www.mrenterprises, MREnterprises Biz, and I put it in the chat right here.com. There, I will help you to focus on your business. You know how people mind other people's business, baby? You need to mind the business that pays you. I learned this. I'm like, okay, so if I'm minding her business, will I get a paycheck? I need to know if unless you are an ambassador for somebody, minding their business is none of your business. So I can show, yes, unless you want to be an ambassador for me, minding my business that's going to pay you, then it's worth it. So let's
Yes.
go ahead and start the year with starting our business, with working on our business. I'm already telling you right now that I want to be monetized. So for me to be monetized, I'm going to put content that's going to lead me to the money. And I don't want you to judge that, honey. Go start your own business because I'm not going to sit and try to give just advice on Facebook anymore. I want to make sure I am monetized, honey. And coach too. Coach wants to be monetized. And
Yes. Addie
Dr.
speaks the
Mandy,
life
we
coach
all want to be
com.
monetized.
Money
Yeah.
where
Show
the
us
money
the money this year.
resides. Where the money
The full website is called Addie Speaks
that is
Life
where money resides. Listen, I have to end it. I have to end it because we are
Coach was
way past the
saying
hour.
her
Okay,
website.
Addie, you going to
Okay, I'm
put
sorry.
it
One more thing. Addie Speaks
on Facebook.
thelifecoach.com. That's it. Yeah, Addie Speaks
Say it again.
thelifecoach.com. Addie
Put it
Speaks
in the
Life
Facebook
Coach.
so we can
Yeah,
find
it's
it.
in there. It's on there. I just want you guys to know it's on there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna end it. It's on there. You
Okay,
guys
good.
on the Facebook app, those that are watching, thank you so much. Just want to give a shout out to my girl, Tanisha Ramsey. That's my girl, and Sharon, bringing the sisters in to be partaker of what we're talking about today. I thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Sequoia, for joining us. Thank you, Veronica, for joining us. Thank you, Marie, for joining us on tonight. Tiffany, for joining us. Thank you, Tamika, for joining us. I don't know who else watching, but thank you y'all for joining us. And thank you again. Until Dr. Mandy, the hostess, with you have joined the Queen's podcast. Until next time. You are invited to our Queen's Gathering 2024 that is taking place this first quarter. Ladies, I want to see you in the building March the 1st at the Real Life Studio. I promise you there will be a performance. I promise you your life will never be the same. See flyers for details. Look forward to seeing you on March the 1st.
You gonna tell them who you are. Come on. I'm prophetess so-and-so. I'm evangelist so-and-so. I'm pastor so-and-so. I'm apostle so-and-so. That's my kingdom identity. And I walk from in authority. Because my father, he sent me. Hey, come on. Say my name. Hey.
When you see me elevating, don't be surprised when you see me celebrating. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you see me celebrating. This is my year.
This is my year.
I'm gonna be great.
I'm gonna be great.